what they've done while we were off talking about exoplanets is they confirmed that the latch had latched and took off the tension from the deployment motor. They will continue to do a little bit to make sure that it's perfectly aligned. Exactly, but this is a major deployment and it is locked into place.
This is tremendously
important. Go ahead. Throughout this time, we are ready to proceed whenever you are.
Copy that. Quickly, they have to stop celebrating and continue to work.
That is on the window. Please concur. DevOps copies. OC, we are going to proceed with step 053 to command the DU to stand by. And that looks good. You are go to execute. Copy. Executing. And OC, you are go to continue. Copy. Go to continue.
So you'll hear us talking. You'll occasionally hear us pause as we listen to commentary from the Mission Operations Center. So Julie, I mean, after today's wonderful and successful deployment of this secondary mirror, a little bit of a look ahead to what's happening next. And tomorrow, I believe we have another significant deployment. The aft radiator will deploy. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Sure. I think. Oh, here's our animation. So this is on the back side of the telescope, actually behind the instruments. And you could see right there on the one side of the screen was actually the mirrors deploying out of the way. But this is a radiator that takes some heat from the electronics and all the different things that still have to operate on the cold side of the telescope, and directs that heat out into deep space to dump that power out where it doesn't reflect around and get back into the telescope.
These instruments are designed to operate at very cold temperatures. And after that, we actually now have the deployment of the wings of the main mirror. So what will be happening in the next few days, as you see here, is that the two sides of the mirror had to be folded up to fit inside the rocket. This is the largest space observatory ever built. It had to be folded up to fit inside a rocket, and we are now deploying it. And I believe we have footage of the test of the mirrors in the clean room where it was assembled. So if we have that footage to run, Julie, you could maybe comment on what's going on here?
Well, this is back to the secondary deployment that we're doing here. Again, the secondary deployment in a different gravity orientation. And then one last time. In different views, you can see the mirror. Here's the wing coming out. And as you see this, you can see that there's like a black, we call it the frill around the outside of the mirrors. It's kind of like an Elizabethan collar. And what that does is it actually prevents starlight from behind the telescope from passing close to the telescope and actually hitting the secondary mirror and working its way into the optics itself. So that's actually soft structure. It's a blanket-like material made out of kapton. That's a real low reflectivity, and it keeps the light from poking its head around the backside of the mirrors and making its way in. And here you can see a technician or an engineer taking a close look as we close